It may not be the ideal wedding that brought change and opposition together, trusting Nawaf Salam to form a cabinet that makes sense. But it is an occasion worth celebrating. Not necessarily because of Nawaf Salam, but because of the security conditions he's inheriting that finally allows for Hezbollah's chokehold over Lebanese politics to ease and their security dominance to fade. With a president focused on security and a prime minister focused on administration, Lebanon has its chance. And yes, the Ministry of Finance went to Harakat Amal, but it is a portfolio under immense scrutiny right now. And reform is the focus. Not everyone is happy, yet everyone is celebrating. And that's fine. That's the way coalitions work. And that's the way Lebanon should function. But of course, that is not the only way you can measure success, especially with an untested prime minister and the symbolic gestures he will afford to an upcoming commemoration and a funeral. On February 14, the 20-year commemoration of Rafiq Hariri's assassination, committed by Hezbollah, whose Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah will be honored with a funeral. 17 years ago, February 14, 2008, there were two ceremonies: the third-year commemoration for Rafiq Hariri and the funeral for Hezbollah's Ahmed Mughniya, killed in Syria. There you had the victim and the victor. And today, that victor's group that gave Lebanon a 2 decades-long journey through hell is weakened. Let people mourn the way they choose, but Nawaf Salam must not legitimize that funeral with more than it deserves. It is not a state occasion. What is the state's domain is picking up from where we all left off 20 years ago with the assassination of Rafiq Hariri. The mission left unfulfilled, perhaps now within our reach, 1559, the disarmament of all sub-state weapons, once and for all. And now is the time to set higher standards, because the pressure that Fouad Seniora and Saad Hariri faced through the legitimate political confrontation led by Fouad Seniora that led to Hezbollah's violence on the streets of Beirut and into the mountains, and of course the chokehold Hezbollah forced on Lebanese politics, to the compromising nature of Saad Hariri thereafter, and the delegitimization of his government in early 2011, and the forced national unity that largely ended his political career when he returned in 2016. Nawaf Salam is inheriting different terrain, and we deserve to apply higher standards to him. How he honors his friends, and the long list of Lebanese that once defined March 14, killed one by Hezbollah, and how he holds up to his colleagues, especially those that defined the problem with Hezbollah long ago and were willing to take risks and paid the ultimate price. And perhaps then, for those of us with built-in skepticism, we'll be able to fairly judge our newest prime minister.